What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Black Couch Booking here with another video, and we're on the road to 1,000 subs. What if Black Couch Booking, me, what if I booked NXT? Please like, comment. If you want to join the Couch crew, please subscribe to the channel, man. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. Let's get right into it. We're not wasting no time. I missed you guys. What if I booked NXT? Well, first of all, we got to start from scratch. We have to do something that's very important. We're going to do some callbacks. When I mean callbacks, there are people on the main roster that should be called back down, etc., etc. So, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, Zoe Stark, I need you guys to come back down. I need Caden Carter and Katana Chance to come back down. And I'm bringing Hit Row down to NXT. That's it. We're going to leave it at that. You're going to understand why I'm doing that. Also, you know what? I would also like to bring Pretty Deadly back down, even though, injury right now. Hope everything is going well. And if Diamond Mind or the Creed brothers are going to the main roster, I want to keep them in NXT. And this is my idea. NXT, how I will book it, we're booking the 4 pillars of NXT. Men, women, tag divisions. 4. The top 4 are going to be what sets the whole stage for the entire program. The top 4 for the men, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, Braun Breaker, and Carmelo Hayes should be the 4 pillars of NXT. Austin Theory is a guy that is extremely talented in the ring. He has the look. He has all the tools to be successful. He hasn't been given great character work. And the reason why I think this is because they're trying to book him like how they would have booked a Randy Orton. I think Vince McMahon subconsciously was trying to book him the way he thought John Cena was going to go. And he thought it was going to go right this time around. But no, we have to feed into what the fans want. Unfortunately, I don't like the meme, I be popping bottles. They want that for Austin Theory. I don't like it, but let's give it to him. Because we're going to make Austin Theory a face. We're going to make Carmelo Hayes, keep him as a face. We're going to make Braun Breaker a heel. And we're going to have Grayson Waller be a heel. So, we are set. With these 4, we should be having a Batista, Undertaker, John Cena, Edge, John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H, Shawn Michaels type of rivalry. Remember all the great matches we got between Edge and John Cena, Randy Orton and John Cena, Randy Orton and Edge, Batista and Edge, Batista and Undertaker and Edge. So many great matches because we had people linked together that we will always have them in a rivalry. And they would always have to come back at each other because they all wanted the same thing. And for these guys, that would be the NXT Men's Championship. And why did I say that? The NXT Championship. That's what that would be for them. I think this makes a lot of sense. I think we want Braun Breaker to go up and Carmelo Hayes to go up. But imagine what we can do with these 4. We can make NXT a main attraction. Remember, at one point, the NXT viewership, it will never get higher than the main roster, but it was going up and people liked NXT. NXT was critically acclaimed a lot more from a week-to-week basis than Raw and Smackdown was. When we had the Adam Coles, when we had the Johnny Garganos, the Tommasos, the Andrades, the Aleister Blacks. You know what I'm saying? Karrion Kross. Bro, NXT was going crazy for a long time. That's something we have to think about. So I think we can have that same magic again if we use these 4 young guys. These 4 guys are super duper talented, need better character work, but they can be the pillars of NXT. As far as tag team goes, this is my idea. I think Pretty Deadly is made for NXT. They can do well in the main roster and they were starting to get there. But what NXT is right now, I would say, and this is not to give NXT a slight, NXT is modern culture wrestling. NXT is the TikTok of wrestling. NXT is the social media, everybody has to look beautiful wrestling. Look at everybody in NXT. Everybody in NXT is subjectively attractive. Everybody in NXT, you could put them on Instagram and they will be an Instagram model. That's what NXT is. That's why 2.0 was made, because they were going in that direction. Let's keep that. But let's keep the gold branding. Let's keep that same thought process. So guys like Pretty Deadly would be a pillar for the tag teams. And I think you can make Hit Row a pillar for tag teams. I don't like Hit Row right now. But think about it. Hit Row back then, they were getting some cheers. Make them faces again. Make them have actual good rap music or just don't rap at all. Hit Row can be good. And Hit Row can work out. So that's 2 tag teams. Schism, I think we need them. I think we need We need them to work as a tag team, in my opinion. Obviously, they're a group, and Joe Gacy is important in that sense. You know what I'm saying? But let's just focus on the tag team, and if we have to swap Joe Gacy in every now and then, perfectly fine. And then let's look at the last tag team. A lot of people will say the Creed brothers, which might be agreeable. I'm not the biggest fan. I was never the biggest fan of Diamond Mine, but you know what? Let's just go with that for now. Placeholder. For the women, easy. Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne Perez, Zoe Stark, and I really wanted Indy Hartwell to stay. But I think on the main roster, she can actually do something well with Candice LeRae, because if you're not going to bring back Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, Dexter Lumis, Indy, and Tommaso to NXT, we don't need that. Then there's no point in bringing Indy back by herself, because I think you can have the way on the main roster. Gargano and Tommaso have had their time. Candice LeRae could get some shine in some matches with multiple women. Maybe she could do something great in the Royal Rumble. We don't need that right now. What we need, like I said, we need Tiffany Stratton, we need Zoe Stark, we need Roxanne Perez, and as the last woman, I genuinely think that this one is tough. I'm trying to come up with it on the fly. I wrote down a couple of names, and I'm not even liking all the names I came down with. Oh, Cora Jade. Cora Jade, because we want Cora Jade to go up eventually, but there has been no reason to bring Cora Jade up. She hasn't done anything worth knowing in NXT besides winning a tag team belt, and that's not enough. So, those are the pillars of NXT. Obviously, we have Dominic Mysterio as the NXT North American Champion. I want to keep that. I think Dominic can have some great matches with a lot of people in NXT, and I would love to just see him on the roster more and more. He could bring Rhea Ripley as a main attraction. That works for the show. So we're going to have Dominic have a long title run with that NXT North American Championship. He's going to always cheat to win, but that's going to make it even better. So then we can focus on having Austin Theory, Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller, and Braun Breaker as the guys. They're going to pass around the NXT Championship. They're going to have so many feuds that people are going to love it, because it's long-term storytelling that can end in a stand and deliver as a fatal four-way between these guys. That would be a fucking banger. Imagine that. As far as the NXT North American Championship, though, I would like Trick Williams to take that belt off of Dominic Mysterio. Trick Williams and Carmelo are faces. Trick Williams winning his first singles title and establishing himself as a singles wrestler and not just a valet is amazing, and that can happen on a big stage like Stand and Deliver, where you take that belt from Dominic Mysterio, who's held the belt all year since he got it. As far as the women go, we don't have to have intertwining things with the women. As far as having a fatal four-way triple threat, Tiffany Stratton and Cora Jade should be the first. Why? People think heel versus heel, face versus face can't work. It can definitely work in this case, because Tiffany Stratton was a different type of heel. Now I think she's twiddling the line a little bit, in my opinion, but Cora Jade is full-on heel, so we can focus on that being the point, and we can feel sympathy for Tiffany Stratton. And then when she drops the belt to Cora Jade, we can have Zoe Stark come in as the babyface again, come back as a babyface and not a heel, and actually make a big difference. And then you have Roxanne Perez, who is the unspoken hero, the one who won the belt from Mandy Rose, the one who everybody thought was going to take off. We can have a redemption arc for Roxanne Perez. And don't think I forgot about the women's tag team division. We're bringing back those NXT women's tag team belts, because they were the best tag team division for the women, better than the main roster. Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, welcome back. You're a group again. There was no reason to break them up. They could have survived as a tag team, had a long-standing feud with Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, because that is basically, in my opinion, those were the two best tag teams, the two tag teams to look at in the NXT women's tag team division. So we can build off of them, and we can have Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson come in to try to interrupt what's going on and insert their names to the hat, and we can build them up as a tag team. So when they go to the main roster eventually, we know who they are, and we don't even have to keep them as a tag team when they get to the main roster. Do you guys understand what I'm saying here? NXT has so many stars that you have to start building up, but no one is a star right now. Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes are the only people who are ready. They brought up Grayson Waller too early for no reason. He can't even wrestle right now. Austin Theory could have had a crazy ass run in NXT. This man was the Evolved champion. all the shit he was doing to Evolve, he could have had a crazy ass run in NXT, and y'all brought him up too soon, in my opinion. I think we could have really done something. I think he could have developed to be even better than what he is now. He's good now. I'm telling you guys, man. I see this shit every time I think about what Austin Theory could have been in NXT by himself, no Johnny Gargano. NXT champion, easy. Matching with Braun Breaker, easy. That's an easy feud to book. It's not nothing too crazy, guys. I'm telling you, this shit books itself, man. You guys have to listen to what I'm trying to tell you. That NXT North American Championship, that shit is almost on par with the Intercontinental belt, because the United States belt hasn't been getting that much burn. I'm not gonna lie, they're not booking Austin Theory correctly. That NXT North American Championship, there's so many guys. Let Dragunov get the belt. Let Joe Gacy get that fucking belt, man. And don't get me started on what I would do as NXT. I would bring back the NXT Women's UK Championship and have that as a mid-card title for the women. Boom. Mind blown. Explosions everywhere. Michael Bay, set off the motherfucking fireworks. The NXT UK Women's Championship as a mid-card title for the women would be an absolute fire. There are so many women on that roster. You can build up Elektra Lopez as an NXT UK Women's Champion mid-card title. We can have 8 matches of fucking premium live events. Let me know what you guys think. I see the future. I see the potential. Look at that roster that I just named. You can have Hit Row get some tag team belts. B-Fab could actually wrestle for a belt and get the NXT UK Women's Championship as a mid-carder, and that could build her up to become better to actually compete for the NXT Women's Championship. But let me know if I'm crazy, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for the support. Today's a double upload, so stay tuned. Bang.